The press only talked about a coffee, but behind that image was a story that stirred the past, the present, and even the hearts of those involved. Why did Demet Özdemir suddenly appear at the hospital where Can Yaman's mother was admitted? And why wasn't Sarah Bluma by his side when she was needed most? It all started with a scare in Istanbul. Can's mother, Guldim, fainted at home. The news spread quickly. Can, who was in Rome for work, took the first flight back without hesitation. What no one expected was Demet's arrival. She didn't come for him. She came for the woman who once treated her like a daughter. She arrived alone, no cameras, no bodyguards. She walked the hospital halls in silence until she entered the room. Guldim saw her and whispered, "Demet, my girl." They embraced as if time had never passed. Everything froze until Can appeared at the door. There were no words, just glances. The past, the wounds, and the memories hovered in the air. Later, they went out for coffee. It wasn't chance, it was necessary. They talked about their lives, what they had learned, what had hurt. They laughed, went silent, understood each other. But a hidden lens captured everything. A camera recorded the moments, and a few hours later, social media exploded. Reunion, reconciliation, the images spoke for themselves. Intense gazes, nostalgic smiles, unmistakable chemistry. That night, Can returned to Rome. His mother was safe, but a storm was waiting. Sarah, upon seeing the photos, broke down. They argued. She screamed, threw her phone, felt betrayed. "I always knew she was your weakness." Meanwhile, Demet left alone. She got into her car, but didn't start it. She closed her eyes. She hadn't come for him, but it hurt like she had. She took out a letter she had written years ago and never delivered. She tore it up. She no longer needed him to know anything. And Can, before leaving, returned to the hospital. Guldim asked him, "You saw her, didn't you?" He nodded. It wasn't planned, but it felt right. His mother replied with a sentence that stayed with him. "Some people don't come back, but they never really leave." Sarah, in her room, didn't scream this time. She sat on the floor in the dark. "I'm fighting a story that was never mine," she thought. She didn't block him, didn't call. She just listened to the silence. And you, watching this, if this story touched your heart, subscribe and turn on the bell. Because here, we don't just tell what happened. We reveal the truths many preferred to hide. No matter how many years pass or how loud the silence becomes, some women simply can't be replaced. Demet Özdemir is one of them. Not just a successful actress or media figure, she represents something more, a presence that has earned the admiration of millions. Whenever I read the messages her fans leave, I notice the same thing. They don't talk just about her beauty, which is undeniable, but about her spirit, her integrity. They describe her as noble, transparent, with a beauty that goes beyond appearance. And they say it not out of flattery, but because they've seen it in her actions and how she faces adversity.
In an industry where many shout to stay relevant, Demet has chosen the opposite path. She doesn't need noise. Her silence is full of dignity. She shows strength without boasting, elegance without effort. That is courage. Her career speaks for her. Consistency, talent, authenticity. She rises above gossip. Still, the shadow of the past lingers. Her story with Can Yaman remains alive in the public's memory. Some believe they never should have parted. Others say their chemistry is undeniable. And maybe, deep down, they feel it too, even if they've taken different paths. What I admire most about Demet is how she behaves. She never played the victim, never sought confrontation. She remains calm, moves forward without looking back. And that is real strength. A real woman doesn't need to bring anyone down to stand tall. She doesn't compete. She just advances, steady, serene. Many wonder if that chapter is truly closed, because no new couple stirs the same emotion. Maybe the past doesn't die. It just becomes a memory that refuses to fade. But beyond any love story, what defines Demet is her essence, her loyalty to herself. Her career says it all. She doesn't need scandals to shine. Her talent, values, and grace are more than enough. Demet isn't just a successful actress. She's a woman with principles, with a light that keeps shining even in the darkest times. And no matter what happens, she'll be remembered not for who she loved, but for how she faced life, with nobility, with strength, and with a beauty that can't be seen, only felt. Because true queens don't need thrones, and she is one. Let's be honest, no matter how hard one tries to erase the past, the traces of that story remain. You can't easily forget such a deep connection, nor pretend it never happened. Yet Demet has chosen to look the other way, to act as if nothing affects her, as if she's above pain, above love. But I don't buy it. Her actions don't reflect freedom, but escape. Many say Khan ran away from her, that he avoided her, that he fled to another life. But I think Demet also ran away, only in a different way. She chose silence, calculated indifference, measured appearances. She didn't face the conflict. She didn't speak, didn't explain. She hid behind an armor that over time has started to rust. Because the audience isn't blind, and behind every perfect photo, there's a truth screaming to be seen.